welcome to day 11 of Vlogmas. Yes, it's day 11. Had to check. Right. So I've been for the air fryer. I went shopping with my mum. Oh, and I'm wearing my new cardigan today, and my mum loved my new cardigan. So I knew she would. She was actually wearing a very similar thing because she was wearing a long pink cardigan. So I knew my mum would like this cardigan. I'm wearing just ready to wear with it, but this polo neck came cream and I was washing some fabric with it. I probably shouldn't have washed the fabric with it, but it got some dye on. So I had some pink dye in my cupboard because I'd previously dyed another fabric this colour pink, because I think pink's difficult to buy. I like a cool toned pink rather than a warm toned pink, and it came and it was a bit too warm tone for me, so I decided to dye it. I'm much happier with the fabric being in this colour. And actually, I've worn this for the first time, dyed this colour, and I'm enjoying wearing it. The only problem was it had cream stitching around here at the polo neck. I think actually it was just to keep it down. I don't think it was holding it together, but it took me ages to unpick it. And I'm just wearing a pair of jeans. I did want to wear a dress today, but because I'm going swimming later, I'm going to have to cycle. I didn't want to get changed to go swimming. I probably won't wear this to cycle in, this cardigan, but I'll probably just put on a hoodie or something and my coat. Ben assures me it's not going to rain later, but do you know what, I really don't fancy going swimming. I've got to cycle there, swim, cycle back, I'll be freezing, and swimming is one of those things that I enjoy once I've done it, but the thought of doing it, sometimes I don't enjoy that much. And I think it's going to be the last week that we go now before Christmas, so I've really got to push myself to go tonight. Anyway, enough about swimming. I'm going to open my advent calendar. So it's a box and it's got something quite big inside it. I don't know what it could be. Let's see. So we got textile and craft glue. So I've never had this before, and I don't really know what I'd use it for. Maybe I could do a crafty project. Oh, here it says adhesive for fabrics, ribbon, trims, bridal, floral, cork, paper, applique, leather, PVC and much more. Ah, okay. Well, I've never used a fabric glue before, but maybe I could have some fun thinking of what I could do with that. Get a bit crafty. Oh, I found another label from yesterday as well, so I think we actually got 6. My knitting update today is just, I've done just a few extra rows. I didn't do too much on that last night. Actually, when I got home, and I didn't share this yesterday, I did do a couple of sewing related tasks. One of them was to remove the stitching on this. The other was to, you know, before I went on holiday, I made my peony dress in the black and white fabric, and I was unhappy with how it was sitting on the neckline. I also felt like the lining wasn't completely flat where I'd attached it. I'd stitched in the ditch along the waistline, but the fabric wasn't, the lining fabric wasn't sitting completely flat, so it kind of bunched up and you could kind of see it a tiny bit. It wasn't that obvious, but I noticed it. So I unpicked all the way around the waistline to detach the lining from the dress, and then I finished the seam on the waist seam and on the bottom of the lining, and I just attached the lining to the dress at the side seams and at the centre front. So I've kind of rectified that problem. I also told you that I wasn't happy with the way the neckline was sitting, and what I decided to do was to stitch it down just a couple of millimeters from the edge, and it now sits a little bit flatter. I'll just show you. So here's my dress, and here you can see I've just stitched along the edge. Now I know that that stitching is visible, but only if you're looking really closely, and I'm much happier that it's sitting flat now. And I did use grey overlocking thread. I know it doesn't look the prettiest inside this dress, but it's fine, it will do. I wasn't about to change the overlocking thread because I was doing this in a rush before I went on holiday. Oh, and what I wanted to say actually, I did order some zips from Jaycott's, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to Jaycott's because they had in the longer zips, which means that I can actually step into this dress. And normally, if the zip isn't long enough, then I have to pull it on over my head because of my hip to waist ratio. So they had those zips and the YKK, and they're really long and they were really good price, and they came really quickly. So I just want to say thank you to Jaycott's because I do recommend their products. So before I went away, I also printed out and stuck together the Regalia blouse by Sew House 7, and there's a couple of different views, so that's what I'm going to make this afternoon, hopefully. It's now 2:20 and I have to set off for swimming at 6:20. So I've got 4 hours, I've had my lunch, I'm a little bit of a mess with my sewing room. Obviously when you come back off holiday you've got quite a lot of washing to do, done quite a lot, and also managed to get some washing done in Wells while we were there because we had a washing machine and the house was really warm, so things dried actually pretty quickly. So that was good that I didn't come back to doing too much. So I'm still in a little bit of a mess in the house, so I would like to get a little bit more tidied up, but I'm going to have to get sewing because I just really want to make something. And I was inspired by my friend Vicky, who wore a Regalia blouse that is absolutely beautiful. She wore that at the knitting and stitching show for the meal in the evening, and I'm feeling very inspired by her make. I've not decided what fabric. I'm going to have a quick look through what I've got. So I'll update you tomorrow with how I got on with my Regalia blouse, and I'll see you then. Bye! I've come back from Lakeland with my mum, and this is the air fryer that I decided to go for, and it was a bit of a bargain. I ended up paying $143.99 because it was on promotion, and my mum had a 20% off voucher as well from Lakeland. I've set it up properly now, so here it is. Hopefully Ben is gonna agree with it going there, right next to the kettle though, so if Ben's trying to make a drink and I'm trying to make tea, then we're gonna have a clash.